obviously we're making movies, so we base them in the real case files, and then we dramatize them as we see fit to make the best possible experience for the audience, to tell the best story. But it's very important to us to stay true to, in particular, the relationship between Ed and Lorraine. So to make sure that it's grounded in that love. And then in terms of the scare sequences, we can go to places that were not necessarily based in truth, but are just great original sequences that audiences are going to get excited by. So I think we've never pulled back on a scare sequence because we said it didn't fit within, the fact pattern of what actually happened in the case. But we are always conscious of that relationship between Ed and Lorraine. So we make sure we would never write anything that Ed and Lorraine wouldn't do.
Right. Michael?
Yeah, I think with all of it, you're trying to find what, because, I guess, some people say we live in a post-truth society, with these stories, I try and just anchor it in what the emotional truth is, for, our movie opens with this exorcism. We have a recording of it that actually, that ends the movie, plays over the end credits. And, that recording is, maybe you're a total skeptic. Maybe you don't believe in demons or God or any of that. But you can't listen to that tape and say that something powerful was not going on there. You can't listen to it and not connect to the emotion in that, connect to the real terror that family was going through. And so I think that, with all of these things, I was raised Catholic. I'm, always a skeptic, but always someone who wants to believe. And so I always go back and forth. And I think that, and James, I think one of his, James always talks about, finding the emotion and, really delivering the emotion. I think that's honestly, if I was going to say a secret to, his success and the success of his franchises, it's in really anchoring it in just pure, powerful emotion. I can say back to the exorcism, there's a lot of interviews in that. There's a lot of, people describe, David Glatzel as levitating off that table. And, that's a very powerful image. That's a very specific example of something that we've seen that a lot of times. We saw it in The Exorcist. I think that it was something where we actually deviated because, we wanted to do something that was more unnerving and something that we haven't seen before. So even like there, there's a lot of really powerful accounts that we weren't fictionalizing it. We just chose to kind of go into a different direction, just because, like Peter said, we're making a movie.
James, do you have anything to add?
Well, I would say that my North Star for what makes scary movies scary ultimately is, or in the case of The Conjuring, is basing some of these scares. People love to be scared. That's the bottom line. There's a reason why these movies work as well as they do. People want to be scared. It's like comedy. People want to go see a comedy to laugh. People want to go see a scary film to scream and cry and then laugh. And I think what works for the Conjuring films, at least for me, and I know it is for Michael as well, is start with something that is real. So like Michael was saying, he's basing some of these scares off reports that people have talked about. If you start with that, then you can kind of embellish on it, but you always can come back to that point of that foundation where it was grounded and real to begin with. And I think people can tell the difference between, things that is based on reality, quote unquote reality, and something that is just outlandishly made up.